Hello and welcome to another episode of Pump the Brakes. I'm the host, Eric Evans. This is our third time trying to get this show on the road. I'm joined today by the golf guru, Ham. Welcome back.
Hello.
Hello. We had a couple complications with your computer before we started, huh?
I don't know what it's doing right now. It may be shut down. It may be broke forever. I don't know.
Wouldn't be shocked that
hours.
Today's episode, we are going to start off with the great debate. I sent out a tweet a week and a half ago, and my partner in crime over here has completely ripped me to shreds.
I mean, it's an all-time dumb take.
We are going to talk a little Open Championship, this college football realignment, and we're going to have a little fun doing it. So I'm going to start the show.
You are sick.
By doing one of these.
You could at least.
So we're going to start. I'm going to say what the tweet was. I will let you have first word.
I want you to go first because
I will gladly go first.
Explain the tweet and then explain your thought process behind
Understood.
it. Okay.
On July 5th, not even halfway point of the Major League Baseball season, I sent out a tweet and I said, not only should rookie phenom Julio Rodriguez be an all-star, which he is, he should also be in the conversation for American League MVP. Now, we clearly have an extreme difference of opinions on what in the conversation means.
Okay.
Trot Street, shout out. This early in the season, not even the halfway point, there's more than 3 names that are in the conversation. Now, if I had a ballot right now, he would be 6th for me.
Okay.
And this early in the season, that is in the conversation. Now, September 28th, that the further you get into the season, the shorter that list gets.
Okay.
Like for college football, there's 10 people that are in the conversation to win the Heisman week 3.
I disagree, but go ahead.
And at the end of the season, there's 3.
Okay. Is that all yet? Is that it?
Well, I have rebuttals to what you're going to say.
Well, nice of me to share my position with you, so you could probably think about it.
Yeah, because we haven't had this conversation for 7 straight days.
I thought about this tweet, and I thought it was the dumbest take I had seen in the past 3 years. And then I thought some more, and it is the dumbest take I've seen in the past 3 years. Let me read some names for you. Now, outside of the obvious guys, your Judges, your Otanis, your Alvarez's, your Trots, your Devers, let me ask you a question first.
Sure.
Do you, Eric Evans, as host of Pump the Brake podcast, internationally acclaimed, think that you know more about sports than Las Vegas, Nevada bookmakers? Just answer it. Yes or no question.
No.
Thank you. Vladdy Guerrero Jr., Byron Buxton, Juan Carlos Stanton, Kyle Tucker, Anthony Rizzo, Bo Bichette, Luis Robert, Altuve, Springer, Anderson, Bogart, Seager, Abreu, Martinez, Correa, Ward, Story, Bregman, France, Franco, Rosarina, Salvador Perez. Do you know what that list is? I'm sure you do because I
sure do.
That is all the guys that Las Vegas thinks have a better chance of winning the award for AL MVP in front of your guy, Julio Rodriguez.
Okay.
So let me ask you this. So if he's in the conversation, so are all these guys. They have to be.
No.
Why? Why are they not in the conversation?
2 things.
Okay.
1, that is to win the award.
So I'm not talking about the guys that can win?
No.
That makes no sense.
No, I said he should be in the conversation. 2,
okay.
You know those odds are to create action. They are not necessarily.
That's a false narrative made up by.
No, it's not. It's really not.
Okay. No, that's just not.
Do you think if the award was given today, that would be the order of how the voting happens?
It wouldn't be far off from that. No.
I mean, it absolutely would.
Alvy Perez in front of him. He's freaking hurt.
He's been hurt. Been hurt.
France is going down to 250 to 1, but he was 125 to 1.
Ooh,
Nobody's saying the guy's
because he's hurt.
This would happen. You are a prisoner of the moment. You know what happened in April? April stats, 185.
Oh, he was horrible.
0 home runs. He struck out 40% of the time.
He was horrible to start the year.
Tell me what value he brought to the Mariners. They're actually worse than they were last year.
No, I'm 10
They're a worse team.
They're the second hottest team in baseball right now.
They won 90 games last year. They're not on pace to win 90 this year.
I didn't say that.
So what do you mean he's in the because if he's in the conversation, certainly Juan Carlos Stanton's in the conversation.
No, he's statistically significantly better than Stanton.
Stanton's got 24 bombs. He's hitting 280. Of course he's in the conversation.
Dude, Stanton just had a month where he had 5 hits and they were all home runs.
Okay.
That is horrible.
Your guy had a month
that is worse than his April.
He went 15 for 81 with 0 home runs, and he struck out 37% of the time.
He's 21 in the big leagues. Okay. His first cup of coffee.
He can be a good player. He's a great player. Nobody's saying that.
He's a great player.
Rookie of the year. If the guy, Ryan from the Twins, doesn't have some kind of magical second half, he's going to win Rookie of the Year. Nobody's debating that. He is not. You know, I actually did a Google search. I said, okay, Julio Rodriguez, MVP. 2 people think that. One, you, which of course you didn't come up with a Google search, and a Locked On Mariners podcast has about 137 followers. Good for them. I don't know. Tag them. I don't know.
Me, baby.
They are not. He's not in the conversation. He's not in the conversation. He's not in the discussion. Because if we're going to do that, hell, the Tigers are in the World Series.
No, that's
the
not.
Orioles. The Orioles.
You know damn well that's not the same thing.
We need to talk about the Orioles winning the World Series today. They're in the conversation. Why are the Orioles not in the conversation to win the World Series?
I mean, technically, they're 2 games out of the playoffs.
So you're saying
if you make the playoffs, you're in the conversation, of course.
You have the Baltimore Orioles in the conversation to win the World Series.
No.
Okay, why not?
Because they can't on a 10-game win streak. They're not as good as
but they can't win it.
If they make the playoffs, of course they can.
Okay, but
I will not bet them to win it. It's like,
do you have
it's just like I would not bet Rodriguez to win the MVP.
He's not in the conversation.
Well, my conversation is 6 deep. He's in my conversation.
You have 30 guys in the room having the conversation with you. No. It doesn't make it. He's not in the conversation.
So
he can't be.
Okay. American League MVP winner. Who's in the conversation?
I mean, I got to go by what. First of all, I meant to say this earlier. If Ohtani doesn't win the MVP every year he plays for the rest of his life, it's just a dumb award. He's the MVP.
Well, I could agree.
I think.
Uh-oh, I lost you.
When that's on my phone, live radio.
Whew.
I think Ohtani's actually the favorite now. I think he jumped ahead of Judge. But there's no way Ohtani's not the favorite. I know there's.
Well, had Jordan Alvarez not got. Oh, go ahead.
It's kind of like they just don't want to give the MVP to LeBron when he was right. It's the same thing. Like Ohtani should get it if he keeps doing that. The guy struck out 12 people last night, went 2 for 4 with a triple and 2 RBIs. I mean, that's just stupid.
Oh, yeah.
So who's in the conversation? Judge, Ohtani, Alvarez, Trout, Devers, probably Jose Ramirez, maybe Vlad Jr. No. I would say Juan Carlos Stanton's in the discussion. If he has what if he has a hot second half? He hits 50 bombs. He's going to be in the conversation.
He'll be in the conversation.
Rodriguez.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. So you said earlier he wasn't in the conversation. He's on pace to hit 50 home runs.
If he does hit 50 there's so much more to baseball than just hitting home runs.
Well, like, you're big fat war this, war that.
No, I'm anti-war. I'm not a war guy. And here's why I'm not a war guy. And this is why I don't like advanced metrics and advanced stats.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know the fucking algorithm to calculate it. I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't know how to calculate war. Okay. I can watch a baseball game and say, hey, that guy's good. That guy's not good.
Okay.
I don't need these fucking advanced metrics to tell me who's good and who's not.
So
I don't know how to calculate wins above replacement. So I personally don't care about that. Now, when it comes to voting, the national media, the baseball media, they do care about that. And since he's 7th in the American League in WAR, 6th in the American League in WAR, like that is going to play a factor. I personally just don't factor that into it.
Why is George Springer not in the conversation?
Oh, he's probably in the top 10. He's having a great year.
He's 200 to 1. He's like the guy on the list.
Dude,
Your AL MVP conversation would have to be a long form Joe Rogan podcast. You just talk about every guy in the league.
No, I got a list of 10. I got a list of 10.
Of course. JD Martinez, let's pull him up. He's got to be in the conversation. He's got better Julio Rodriguez. I mean, shit. I mean, look at this guy. He's hitting 309.
That's
hit
unreal.
Scores 2.5.
That's almost as good as Julio Rodriguez. I mean, come on.
The conversation ought to be focused around guys who can actually win the award. And by the way, there are probably like 5 guys who can win it. That's plenty to have a conversation. Devers, Trout, Alvarez, Ohtani.
All right, let me ask you this.
1 of the 5 is going to win.
Because you love Giancarlo Stanton.
I don't love. No.
No, I know.
I've already said Ohtani. It should halfway MVP Ohtani, no doubt.
You love Giancarlo Stanton as much as Josh Holdman loves Mike Minor and Sonny Gray.
That is just not true. It just is. It proves the point that if
well, listen, if he reaches his on pace stats and hits 50 home runs, now do the same thing for Julio Rodriguez. Mm-hmm. If this rookie goes 30 homers and 42 steals and hits 275, that is absolutely in the fucking conversation to win the award.
He won't get a vote. Like, he will not get one first place vote.
No, I don't. That wasn't the claim. The claim wasn't that he should win the award.
When you do your conversation, how many guys are you going to talk about? 12, 15, 20, 30?
At least this early in the season, 10.
Okay, that's crazy.
And the further we go into the season,
there's 10 guys in the Heisman discussion. That's not true. There's probably
at the beginning of the season.
There are probably 3 guys right now that can win the Heisman this year: Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, and Caleb Williams. That's it. That's it. I mean, nobody else is going to win it. Would you like to make a friendly wager for some high noons on that?
The only rebuttal.
I take those 3. You take the field.
Well, listen. Here's the rebuttal: that's a QB award, so you're eliminating 85% of the players in the league.
But you said 10 of them were in the conversation. That's not true. 10 of them are not in the conversation. One of those.
But you probably would list, the best receiver, like
knowing they're not going to win.
No,
makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense. Now that you're thinking about it, you're like, oh shit, that doesn't make sense, does it?
Not for football, because it's a fucking quarterback award.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Like, Julio Rodriguez can't win Cy Young.
Okay.
Like, it's an award for pitchers.
Okay. What does that have to do?
He can literally win American League MVP.
I'm
claiming he will.
Stop right there.
He
literally has implied odds of less than 0.5% of winning MVP. Because odds of winning the MVP are virtually nil. It's not going to happen.
Okay, here we're gonna make a friendly case of Nooner's wager, and
I take those 3 quarterbacks. You take the field.
No, dude. I
don't
care about the Heisman.
You get 7 guys. I get 2 or 3. I'm sorry.
Do you think Julio Rodriguez will finish in the top 10 of the American League MVP?
No. Okay. I would say top 8, but I'll take, for just a case of high noons, I'll take top 10. If it was a higher wager, I'd say 8. I don't think, in my opinion, guy 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are not in the discussion. They got to fill the ballot out. So you won't give me a hard number of.
Well, listen, we're not even arguing. Now we're just this whole debate is really how many players are in the discussion. That's all this comes down to.
Right. If I'm having let's say this was ESPN, right, or whoever, Fox.
Oh God.
And we said, you know what, guys, we have time to talk about the MVP discussion today. We're not going to talk about 15 guys. We're going to talk about Judge, Ohtani, Alvarez, Devers, Trout, and that's probably it. That's probably the entire conversation.
Fuck, dude. I think Rodriguez is the next guy.
Julio Rodriguez. I mean, he's just tearing it up. I'm not saying he's not. He's not having an MVP season. Maybe if the Mariners were like, I don't know, what are they? I think they're 46 and 42 or something like that.
Do you think that should really matter, though? Uh-oh.
I got a phone call all day.
God bless. I don't think team success, especially in baseball. I mean, fuck, the two best players in Major League Baseball are on the same team, and they suck.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
So I don't like the whole team success in baseball. That shouldn't affect MVP. I mean, like,
it shouldn't be just in baseball. It should be in any sport, right? I mean,
yeah.
Best.
It's an individual award.
Right.
Team success shouldn't have any.
Well, I don't judge my quarterbacks by how many Super Bowls they won.
Oh, God, no.
Because if you want to sit here and tell me Eli Manning and Trent Dilfer are better than Dan Marino, then you're just
yeah.
You are.
Are you content, or do you want to keep going?
I really wanted you to give me a hard press number on.
I think I'll do top 8. I think he'll be in the top 8 in the MVP.
I can do that. And I will say you may win that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say that. My point is that the conversation to me revolves around guys who can realistically win the award.
Listen, in September,
he can't win. He can't win. It's not possible.
In September, he's probably not in the conversation to win it because it'll get narrowed down the further into the season.
That's what the point you're missing is. It's already narrowed down. Vegas has basically said they've said there's 2 guys that can win it, right?
Sure.
Judge.
And that's shit. If Alvarez wasn't hurt, Alvarez is ahead of Judge.
What? In the odds, or you?
No. I'm just in real life. He's having a better season than Aaron Judge.
The odds are not close. I mean, I think he's like.
Well, that's because one plays in New York on the best team in baseball, and the others.
I mean, I wouldn't diminish what Judge has done at all.
I mean, I'm not, but
not like Alvarez is having some season that's light years better than Aaron Judge.
I mean, he's leading the league in OPS. That's big fucking.
Very good. That's all. He's the third rated odds, but I mean, he's not like
He's not in the discussion.
Who's that?
Alvarez.
Yeah,
I did say on my podcast with Maloney that, given health, that would have been my MVP pick. Instead, I picked Luis Robert. Buddy, I got him 25-1. That's fantastic. He's unreal.
That ticket up.
Oh, that ticket's been gone. He was on the IL for a month.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You look at their stats; they're having really a pretty similar year. Judge has more hits, but I think Alvarez must have been hurt, huh? He has way less at bats. He must be walking.
He's hurt now.
Yeah, of course.
Well, of course. That dude is.
I mean, the bottom hitter. This is all a moot point or mute point, however you say it, is because it just ought to be Ohtani every time until he stops winning 15 games and hitting 30 bombs. They just ought to name it the Shohei Ohtani Award.
Dude, his last 6 starts, he's got
he's given up 1 earned
0.05 ERA.
Did you see the run last night? Gurriel hit 55 hopper between first and second. It wasn't like he squared one up and hit it off the wall. Struck out 12, 2 for 4 with a triple. By the way, people don't know this about him. The guy runs like a freaking deer. He's fast. Like he is.
He stole like 20 bases last year.
But you look at him, you wouldn't be like, oh, this guy's he's big. I mean, he can roll. Yeah, I mean, the award ought to be his. I don't care. He would have to collapse coming down the stretch.
I think it was Fangraphs.
Here's a question for you.
Okay.
What do the Angels have? Him, Trout, and Ward, who's not bad, by the way. Ward's got better odds to win MVP than your guy.
Yeah, that's great.
How are they on the same team? The Angels just stink.
Dude. And they got like Noah Syndergaard, who's, if that's your number 2, you're happy with that. Rendon, who's now out for the year, but he's completely shit the bed since he's been in LA.
I mean, just think about that. I can try Ohtani, Syndergaard in a series, have Ohtani and Trout hit, and I can't crack 500.
Buddy, I picked them to win the division, and they started out on fire, and then they lost 12 in a row and haven't recovered.
Yeah. That's crazy. I can't. I mean, I hate it for Trout. He's a generational talent, but he never strikes me as a guy who really cares that much. He just kind of plays and
just under the radar.
Yeah, like he just doesn't care. I don't think winning is his end all be all. So,
well, not when you got $425 million coming your way.
Are you about that?
I do want to say one point, and then we'll move on. This is about Ohtani. I read it was either Fangraphs or Baseball Reference. They have some algorithm, and they said Ohtani's last year and a half of baseball is worth $98 million.
Yeah. He's 2 players.
I can't imagine what his contract is going to be. And I've heard he makes like $5 million a year right now.
I'm curious. I wonder if he'll end up being a Yankee. God. Makes sense. Go to a bigger market. He'll be a billionaire no matter what because he'll be so marketable in Japan.
Oh God, yeah, it don't matter.
To me, he's 2 players. He's literally 2 players, right? He's basically all.
He's 2 players taking up 1 roster spot. Like that's so valuable.
It's stupid. You won't see this again for who knows how long. I mean, this is just sit back.
At least not to this level.
No.
Like I think now this will open the door for younger guys given the opportunity, but yeah, this is ridiculous.
Generational.
Yeah, absolutely.
Once every 100 years, I guess. Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
But Babe Ruth couldn't throw at 98 and also run probably like a 6'5", 60 and 6'4", 220. So
that is absolutely true, but that's I'm not going down that rabbit hole.
Ohtani soapbox, but I mean, is he the greatest athlete in sports right now?
Yeah.
Think about it.
I don't have to.
He may be.
Who else would be?
Athletic prowess. This guy's a freak.
Who else would be?
He can throw at 98, 99. He hits at 450 feet. He stole 10 bags this year. Everybody knows. I mean, that triple he got last night, he was booking it.
Dude, imagine like Tom Brady having his success and then also being like Reggie White on defense.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be the same thing. It's just nuts. It's insane. He's 2 players. He's going to make $1 billion.
Easily. All right. I'm going to put the ball in your court here. You want to go right to golf or do you want to talk about this all-star voting shit that I hate?
Talk about golf, whatever you want to talk about golf.
All right. I know we're a little late here, but this is one of my favorite tournaments. I love 4 a.m., 3 a.m. golf. This is probably my favorite course.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the prettiest, obviously, but it's on a bucket list for sure.
Yep.
I know you loved Scheffler at 22-1, 20-1.
Yeah.
How that happened, I don't know.
He opened at 16. I thought he would drift, but I never thought he would get above 20.
Yeah.
So I would say full disclosure, I did not bet this one, but if I would have, I would have taken Cam Smith. By the way, I told you all this.
Oh, I know.
Spieth, who's not doing very well, and I would have taken Scheffler just because I don't understand how he was 22-1. He had longer odds than Jordan Spieth.
Is he in the conversation to win?
Yeah, here we go.
Scheffler
won a major. He's coming second in another major, or third, I'm sorry. I know he T2 with Zalatoris. And he's won 3 other times this year, and he had longer odds than Spieth. Because people have this misconception that he can't play links golf. Like everybody, the big crossover between St. Andrews is Augusta.
Right.
Everybody who's won at St. Andrews has either come in first or second at some point in their career at Augusta. Louis, second. Spieth, won. Or Zach Johnson won the Masters. Tiger, obviously. So Scheffler 22-1, it almost unretired and hammered it. Now, will he win? I don't know. 400 today, kind of stumbled on the way. Not stumbled, but you really need a birdie 18. It's a free birdie, and he didn't. But, I mean, I couldn't believe it. I was floored when I saw it. Like
Spieth, I have a transition here. I have a mailbag Monday on a Thursday from Stephen Rowland.
Oh, God.
And this is a question for you. He wants to know, is Spieth the worst putter on tour? And if he's not, why is it Max Homa?
Inside of 5 feet, Jordan Spieth is probably statistically I would say very, very, very. He's got to be in the hundreds inside of 5 feet. I was watching earlier. He missed another 3-footer.
How did this happen? He was the best putter in the world 5 years ago.
I'll tell you what happened. I picked him 6 majors in a row.
Well,
I really thought, I was like, I'm finally not going to bet one. I'm not going to. Obviously, I won't be betting Spieth. He's going to win, but I don't know if it's just a mental thing for him right now or what. He is cooked inside of 5.
He's lost.
Somebody said earlier he's got a better chance of making a 15-footer, and I believe that's the case. He's horrible. Now, Homa's never been known for his putting prowess, so
right.
Not a very good putter. He's a great ball striker. He's not a very good putter. But yeah,
social media as well.
I mean, he cost himself. God, what tournament was that? I don't remember. Maybe RBC Heritage. I can't remember. There was one tournament where he just kept missing inside of like 8 feet, 5 feet, 3 feet. He missed 2, 3 feet. He 3-putted from 6 feet because I remember my dad bet him, and I watched that collapse. It's like he's just, I don't know if it's a mental thing or what. Spieth used to look at the hole on all those short putts.
Yeah.
Now he stopped doing that, so I don't know what the deal is, but that guy is cooked inside of 5 feet. What did he finish today?
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, I would have bet Spieth. Yeah, he's even par right now, so.
That ain't good.
You got pretty much at this tournament. I was reading a stat earlier. You got to be inside the top, 20-ish. All the winners the past, I think, 10 years shot average of 67 the first round. So, I don't see how Rory loses this tournament. I mean, he's just freaking dialed right now. The best for the field is that it doesn't rain tomorrow and it's firm and fast because it's known that Rory doesn't really like firm and fast. He played this morning and it wasn't. It was firm and fast, but not as firm as it's baked right now. If you go watch, booked out. So that would be the best hope for everybody else in this field. Because if it gets any kind of rain at all and softens up, I don't see him losing.
I read that he hit like a 6-iron, 350 yards today.
No, he hit 3. He drove 18 with an iron. They didn't say what it was, but it was 346-yard hole and he drove it down. I mean, he's piping the ball right now. I mean, if it bakes out and it doesn't rain and they do dodge the rain, Cam Smith, I mean, just keep your eye because those Australians love firm and fast. You see right here some guy I've never even heard of, and I know every golfer. Another Australian's in the top 5. And last time they played at St. Andrews in 2015, Leishman lost in the playoff, and Jason Day was top 5. So that's kind of the kind of golf they play over there. Minwoo Lee's T13 right now. So I would definitely keep my eye on Cam Smith if it doesn't rain.
Okay. All right. And Cam Smith, Rory, if you could put money on them now, if you were unretired.
I don't know. You can't now. The odds are so terrible. I mean, I couldn't even get to Rory before because he's freaking 9-1. Like, do I think he's going to win this tournament double and triple the amount of times that like Scheffler is? No. So I can't. Right. I can't get there. It's hard to say. You kind of, and it's also hard to do any kind of live betting because you can't get any strokes gained data because they don't have a shot tracker. So I don't even know how you would live bet. I don't know how you can say, so and so struck it well but couldn't putt today. Maybe they get a putter.
Right.
Data to follow. So I don't know. My entire thoughts would be based around weather.
And that's Rory.
Yeah. So Rory loves it soft. He's a big proponent. I don't know if you remember Bay Hill earlier. He bitched up a storm about how unfair it was. It was so hard and fast. Yeah. So, but yeah, firm and fast like Cam Smith. Get soft like Rory. I mean, you can't bet Scheffler now, but if you got him 22-1, Godspeed your
you got to be loving that.
I just couldn't believe it.
All right. There's all this talk about college football. Everybody switching conferences, Oklahoma, Texas, UCLA, USC.
Yep.
This obviously has to be a money grab.
Of course.
Like, one of, I don't want to say my idol, but the dude I look up to in this industry is Russillo. Shout out. And, he was a little wary on it being a money grab. He thinks it's a little more than that. But the only reason why you would do it is because of the money. Like, USC is not joining the Big Ten for better odds at the playoff. Like, you're going to lose 4 games anyway. Like, who gives a shit? And even if that was the case, like, if they make the playoff, that is financially beneficial to them. This all has to be financial.
I think money is, the biggest factor in all this, right? But let's not let the NCAA off the hook. Maybe the worst run organization in the history of sports. So I think maybe these teams, and I mean, I knew this was going to happen years ago. I wasn't, I wasn't the only one. People have been talking about it for years. That, this breakaway from the NCAA is coming. This breakaway, and they don't. The thing is, these LSU's, Alabama's, USC, Texas, all these guys in the world of college football, they don't need the NCAA. They don't need them for anything.
Yeah.
The conferences have their own TV deals. They make all their own money. So what do we need the NCAA for? The NCAA has been profiting on the backs of athletes for years. I mean, really, literally.
Yes.
So I think it's good. I mean, I like it. I think you're going to get better quality games. I don't need to see LSU play fucking Akron in the fall. Like, I don't care. I mean, and that's not just me. You go to the game, there's like 40,000 people there, 10 halftime. So, like, I think it's better for college football. It was inevitable. I wish my wish would be that these schools and these conferences would just go ahead and pay the buyouts now and just get it over with. Like, why I don't need to wait till 2025 for Texas and Oklahoma. I thought Mike Gundy made a very good point the other day. He's like, why, if we know Texas and Oklahoma are leaving, why are we still allowing them in these Big 12 meetings?
Yeah.
That they're basically competition now. Like, if I'm talking about from a financial business side, I wouldn't want them in there either, you know? Like, it's crazy to think about. So I wish they'd just pay the buyouts. I mean, they've got the money. I think I read one was like $90 million, and just pay it and move on. Texas probably has one booster there. I don't know if it was Texas specific, but I know I read that one school had like a $90 million buyout.
So I have two questions. Well, I have one statement. Like, do you think this ends up being comparable to like the Live Golf and separating from like the PGA, or starting something separate? Or then what is the end game? Are they just going to have 3 super conferences?
I would say 4. But what do you think the NCAA does right now? What do they do? Like, what role do they serve in the world of college football?
Collect money.
That's it. So these schools got together. So what do we need them for? We conference have the TV deals.
Right.
You know, we have all that. We've got the money. Well, I don't need the NCAA. Like, so to me, it's so different from Live and PGA. The NCAA is just a worthless organization. They're just sitting there. But they're not needed. So, yeah, Live versus PGA, that's a whole different thing.
I just found out LIV in Roman numerals is 54, and then they were awarding. I didn't even think of it. I didn't know it was Roman numerals.
Unbelievable.
And then they're giving that award. You shoot 18 under, you get this.
Oh, you get like $54 million.
Yeah, for 50.
Yeah. Just a quick topic. The PGA has got a problem on their hands with Live, but that's another topic for another day.
Oh, well, you can have that discussion very soon, because
just one quick note on that. After the FedEx Cup playoff and the President's Cup is over, you're going to see more defections. I not told, but read, and this was a reliable journalist, that they offered Hideki $400 million.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Hideki is the kind of their key to the castle, right? To get that whole Japanese market.
Oh yeah. Hideki goes for $400 million, and they all go.
Yeah. So, they get all that. They get all the money from Japan and things like that. It's a huge golf market in Japan, by the way.
And I wanted to note, if the NCAA isn't the worst run organization, then it's the PGA.
Oh, the PGA is.
They're 1-2.
We could do a 3-hour pod on that. They're absolutely. We'll skip it. There's no point in me getting off on a rant about the PGA.
No. So I'm curious, like, what are the next group of teams to, defect? And like, I'm just, because I'm genuinely, I don't know how this is going to go. And I want to know, like, I saw, now Liberty in South Dakota, and I'm making this up. They're going to join the Pac-10, and I know that doesn't make sense, but I'm just saying, like, now these smaller teams are going to join these other conferences that are being demolished, essentially. Like,
well, I think a better way to look at it is not so much your Liberties of the world and that low-level school, but like going back to Gundy, what are your Oklahoma States, your TCU, those guys? What are they going to do? Like Texas Tech, UCLA. I mean, I'll take out UCLA; they're a huge brand. Like Washington State. Like, what are these guys going to do? So, I mean, I would say probably all your Power Fives. What are there? How many Power Five super conference or just Power Five conference teams? They're like 64. 70, something like that.
Yeah.
All going to be they're all going to be in the the power, whatever you want to call it, super conference league. I don't know. So I think they'll have their own. I do think your Liberties and your Kent States and Middle Tennessees of the world, I think they may start their own little playoff. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen in 5 years.
No, yeah. Well, I was going to say it's going to be like, D1, D2. They all have their own thing. There's going to be like a D1 and then like a D1A.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way a Liberty would ever make the playoffs.
Right.
They can't get any games.
Yeah.
It's just they wouldn't even have a chance to play anybody. And that's another thing that nobody really knows exactly how the scheduling is going to work either. We're going to play 10 games. We're going to play 12 games. You're going to play, 8, 9 conference games and play 3 out of conference. Nobody knows that yet.
Well, like you're going to have to eliminate these cupcake games.
Yeah, well, I know the SEC talks about doing pods like 4-4s, and you would have just pods of 4, and then you'd play everybody in the pod, obviously. Then I think you would cross division with another pod, like it rotates every few years or something like that.
Right.
I don't think there's anything like set in stone yet,
It's going to be very, very interesting. Like that's a lot of shit to figure out.
Yeah. It's going to be wild. It's wild times. It's crazy because I was always for the playoff, and I think I still am, but it's just killed bowl season. I mean, nobody cares about the Rose Bowl outside of the Big Ten, Pac-12. Nobody cares about the Orange Bowl.
And that's really only
growing up, dude. Like that was a big deal.
Dude, the Rose Bowl was bigger than like the national championship.
Jesus, and now it's just like, yeah, whatever. They might as well be playing in the Mighty Key Epson Printer Bowl. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, and especially, your draft eligible players. I'm not going to go risk it. I'm not playing in the Radio Shack Bowl.
Wait, these people get so buttered about who? Let me tell you something. I was going to be a first-round pick. I ain't playing in the damn Walmart Bowl.
Oh, God, no.
That's my business, right?
No chance.
Like, you're stupid to play. You would be dumb to do it.
Yeah.
Do it. I quit on anybody. It's so stupid. And by the way, it's hurt nobody's draft stock because I'm sure the NFL feels the same way. They probably actually appreciate the guys doing that.
Could you fathom, like Zach Wilson? Oh, sorry, man, you didn't play in that. We were going to take you second, but now we got a third round grade on you.
Yeah, well, you set out the Idaho potato bowl. Yeah, you're gone.
Oh, boy.
But like people get so off. Every LSU player that set out, even when LSU had to play a fucking cornerback at quarterback for a ball, I don't care. Who cares if we win the Texas Bowl or whatever? I don't even know what the bowl was. Texas Bowl. Yeah. I'm like a diehard LSU. I don't even care. Like the Advocare Texas Bowl. Whoop-de-doo. Like who gives a shit? I wanted us to see start whoever at quarterback. Let's start like a D end or something.
Yeah, get creative.
I would watch the game then.
Bring back the Wildcat.
Yeah, like who cares? Like I'm not begrudging no 20, 21-year-old kid about to make $50 million for sitting out a game so he doesn't get hurt.
No chance. No chance. I agree with that fully. And yeah, if you're the guy that's complaining about you're quitting on your team, like you're the get off my lawn, old man. Like shut up.
Those guys sacrifice more for 2-3 years in season with working out and going to class, or the ones that do go to class, going to class, and who knows what they skip. I mean, you don't know what they miss out on with their family, friends. Like if he wants to sit out the fucking Advocare Texas Bowl, Godspeed.
Amen.
Go get that money, baby.
All right. Before we got on, you mentioned you had a couple win totals.
You're gonna love me.
I'm ready.
You're gonna love me. So I think
I got a couple myself.
Well, you go first. Let me hear what.
I went first with the debate. You go first.
Okay.
All right, we'll alternate. You give me one. I'll give you one.
Okay, I'm gonna save my favorite one because you're just gonna love it. I'm sure you already know now that I said that. But
you made it obvious.
My second favorite over. By the way, I don't take unders. I'm not gonna sweat all season.
No, but that might be a free under.
Okay. Minnesota Vikings over 8.5. Love. They're going to win that division, by the way. Green Bay is not winning that division this year. The Vikings are going to win that division. I'm going out on a limb today, July.
Yeah, that's on a limb. What is it? 8.5, you said?
8.5. Vikings. Love Kirk Cousins. I think his over yards is 4,200. I looked the other day. Love the over.
He's so damn underrated, dude.
Small sprinkle, nothing major, on Kirk Cousins MVP. Just a small, just a little pinch. Nothing crazy. Don't go put $300 on it. Maybe just put like $20 on it. The Vikings they're the best team in that division, no doubt. 100%. I really think that Green Bay is going to miss the playoffs this year. I do. They have a good O-line. They have Aaron Rodgers, and that's it.
I mean, what else do you need?
You got to have some kind of skill player.
I mean, they have a running game.
Who's the guy they drafted?
Defense is good.
Is that his name? They got Sammy Watkins. Like, good God, no. Vikings, baby. So that's my second favorite. You go now.
Okay. My second favorite. God, I think I have 2 unders. Boy, do I think this is the worst roster in the NFL.
I've got the odds pulled up. Go ahead.
I got the Falcons.
They're terrible.
Under 5. Jeez, that's minus 165. That's not very good.
You could get them under 4.5 or minus 105. You can just give the half back.
Buddy, I might do that.
They by the way, I'm looking on Sharp Football right now. They have the 23rd hardest schedule.
I mean, you know what? I probably lay the extra 60.
Okay.
Just to put. They're not winning 6 games. If they win 5, I break even. That roster is
terrible.
Horrid.
Terrible. The only thing that can save them is they play in the NFC South, which is bad. Outside of Tampa Bay, they're terrible. But I the under is going to hit.
Okay, they split Carolina. They split New Orleans, which they'll probably get swept by the Saints.
Nah, division rivals, man. You never know. The Saints. I mean, the Saints have a very good defense. I guess you say you depend on Jameis. Who knows?
Okay,
I would say
over Mariota or Desmond Ridder. Like, come on.
I'm fine with that.
They're horrible.
They're terrible. You know who has the easiest NFL schedule, by the way?
I know the Eagles have the second.
You would never guess that this team's win total is this high. The New York Giants.
Yeah, the NFC East has the easiest schedule.
Their win total is 7.5 plus 130.
Buddy, that's high.
Well, that's all jumping age, but it's like that's one of those sucker bets where they're trying to be like, "Hey, we want you to take this one." Like, come on, we're just hanging this book.
Sucker bet.
Yeah. So yes, my favorite over bet is your Philadelphia Eagles. I love it.
I do too.
By the way,
now I wouldn't have said it because I don't want to be known as a homer because I'm really not a homer.
No, I don't think you are. Over 8.5, it is minus 150.
Ooh, I got 9.5. I see 9.5 on my book, minus 120.
Super Bowl, just a small sprinkle, 30-1. That roster's good.
They're good as fuck, dude.
Yeah, I mean, they're loaded. They play in a
horrible
fucking division.
If you are going to do that with the Vikings and Kirk Cousins,
yeah,
you got to sprinkle a little on Jalen Hurts. If you think they're going to Super Bowl, that would be wild.
I don't know. I heard somebody talking about him to win the MVP the other day.
I mean,
I just don't. I don't think because the narrative's already forming, right? Oh, the Eagles roster is so good. If they make it, I don't think everybody just be like, oh, they made it in spite of him. He would have to do something like Lamar Jackson to separate himself. Be like, oh, damn, Jalen was the reason. Which could happen.
But listen, if they go to the Super Bowl, he's going to have to be mini Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. I just think 30-1. I mean, dude, the NFC stinks.
Stinks.
I mean, you may as well take some flyers on some of these teams. And all of a sudden, if the Eagles are in the NFC Championship, you can just hedge out.
Absolutely.
Or you can ride it, whatever you want to do. But, I mean, I think that 8.5, I think that's a great bet. I mean, I love that. Love.
Oof.
30-1? 30-1?
No word. No, I agree.
Honestly, I'm not homer. They probably have the best roster in the NFC, just the entire roster. Who would you think is better than their roster?
The Bucks are better for sure.
I wouldn't say for sure. I would not say for sure.
Yeah, dude, Brady just elevates them. He makes the difference between Brady and Hurts is the difference between whatever the other discrepancies are on the roster.
So you say the Bucks. So you say I'm getting the second best roster in the NFC at 30-1 to win the Super Bowl. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Man, their offseason was so good.
30-1.
I'm very excited for this.
30-1. Certainly in the conversation, by the way.
Oh, yeah. No.
Certainly.
Oh, yeah. That is in the conversation.
Certainly in the conversation. I like the Niners, too, by the way. I like the Niners. They're 9.5. I don't know if I like that, but I don't know. Just when I start thinking about the NFC, I mean, God bless, there's only like 4 teams. The Niners, the Bucks, obviously, the Eagles, and the Vikings. And that, to me, that's it. I don't know anybody else that can do it. I'm not on the Packers this year. I'm off. I think they missed the playoffs.
Yeah, you're way off on them.
I'm Packers. I'm off. Aaron Rodgers has gone on this spiritual journey and all this. That dude, he could not care less about no damn football. I'm off. Alan Lazard is their number one. Like, I'm off. Pass.
Oof.
So, right. I think, like, who do you think's better than those four? Cardinals, maybe? Like, I don't know. Probably not.
Bro, this stuff with Kyler Murray's real. I don't know what the hell's going on in Arizona, but I don't want any part of that.
They do have the 24th ranked schedule, so that works in their favor. But no, I think it'll be one of those four. Not exactly that. That's really going out on a limb because that's four.
Right. My little honorable mention, but I know the schedule's so easy. Dude, the Cowboys under 10, they're not good, dude.
No, they're not. Where's their? Let me see. They are. Yeah, they have they have the 10th hardest schedule.
Oh, maybe I guess division winner. They played the other division winners.
On this sharp football, I'm looking at 10.5 as minus 110.
Oh yeah, I'd sign me up for that. They're not winning 11 fucking games.
11 games, yeah, no way.
No chance. But my favorite, I got the Raiders over 8.5.
Oh yeah, I love that. They have the third easiest schedule too.
Love them.
Yeah, people sleep on Derek Carr, man.
Buddy, Derek Carr is fucking good.
Yeah.
Like,
I would Saints tomorrow morning.
4 years ago, he was one of the favorites for the MVP, and then he got hurt. Like, that dude can play, and now you got Devontae Adams reunited from Fresno.
Yeah. The Carr's good. People shit on Carr for no reason.
Now, the division is brutal.
Brutal.
They got to at least
brutal division. Good God.
Is that the best division of football? It's got to be.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Especially now they have Russell Wilson.
Yeah, got to be.
What do you got? Carr, Mahomes, Wilson,
Herbert.
I mean, that is just absurd.
Like, I think Derek Carr is like a top 14 quarterback, and he is by far the worst in that division.
Full-blown brain dead moment. Somebody was probably, if they're listening to this later, probably going to be screaming at their phone. So if you get to this part, give me a pass. The fucking Rams. Completely forgot about them in the NFC.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Rams, Bucks, and probably Eagles. I mean, but seriously, the NFC does stink compared to the Eagles. Yeah. So yeah, we forgot the Rams.
Listen, if you promise me a team at 30-1 to win the Super Bowl is going to make the playoffs, I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in. Get a dance. I mean, you could even start hedging if all they really have to do is make it past the wild card. You know, you can start hedging then, really, if you want.
I also want to admit how embarrassed I am that we're 48 minutes in and I'm still halfway through this White Claw.
That's pretty sad. I'm glad I don't. That's sad.
Well, honestly, you know, I'm pacing myself today. I'm trying to have good conversation with my pal.
Yeah. Well, I believe I forgot the fucking Rams. Good God. I mean, I may as well just been asleep. That person in Poland's going to be fucking pissed if they're Rams.
Oh, dude. So, full disclosure, I found out who it was. I know the damn person.
Oh, God. Were they visiting or they?
She's a flight attendant out in Dubai. And
you need to tell her to put it on every time she goes somewhere else.
Oh.
That way
why do you think I'm 7 different countries?
Do you think every international hit was from the same person?
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%.
Kick in the nuts moment. Unbelievable. There you were thinking you're an international star, and then, oh, no. That's you shouldn't have told anybody that. You could have.
No, you know, I'm full disclosure here. You know, it's still a fact. People internationally are listening.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Jalen Hurts is 25-1 to win the damn MVP. Jesus. I thought he was a little long.
Yeah. I guess that hype train is really kicked into high gear.
I can't believe
I'm not touching that. 25-1.
Nah. Yeah, the Eagles hype train is in full blast. But, I mean.
Give me a couple names behind him.
It's so hard because the quarterback's going to win.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's no point in having a conversation about it. Because all these guys behind him are not in the conversation.
Who else? Is Kirk Cousins behind him?
Yeah, Kirk's 50-1.
In the conversation, though. Interesting.
Well, that's like a little $20 bet.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm looking at the MVP and, you know, I bet Tom Brady last year, he was 20-1.
Yeah.
And if he wins that game against the Saints, he wins the MVP. I would go to So basically, what has to happen for you to win the MVP, you have to win your division.
Yep.
And you have to get a first round bye in the playoffs. I think something like 15 of the last 16 now that Rodgers did it have done it. So those two things have to happen. So I knew whenever he lost the Saints get shut out, I was done.
Now that's probably going to change now because they changed the whole playoff format and only one team gets by now, not two.
Well, they had that last year and that happened to Rodgers. So yeah, that sucked. Got shut out by the Saints.
Yeah, I remember that text thread.
Was it a home game too? They were at home, weren't they? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I mean, he was literally the favorite in the next that game, of course. And I almost grabbed Rodgers just to kind of cover my ass because I had I only had like $200 on it, so I could have just hedged out and made halfsies. But yeah, it was a home game. They got shut out at home.
Professional gamblers don't hedge, man.
Yeah, well, that's what I've been told. Good job, Stephen Rowland. Home game, y'all got shut out. Got beat by 3 field goals and Taysom Hill. That is pathetic.
All right, we're going to end this podcast on a high note, a high noon note. Okay. I want your top 5 seltzer rankings. This is a seltzer podcast. We drink Nooners, Claws, all of it. Love it.
Okay.
We're on the wagon. Go from 5 to 1.
Okay.
Give me your 5. I'll give you my 5.
I don't need.
We'll alternate.
I just need 2. Nothing else is. You know what? You know who Julio Rodriguez is? He's fucking fizzy in my refrigerator. He's not even
so disrespectful.
Not a conversation,
buddy. That is so disrespectful.
He's fizzy. So let me just break it down by flavors then. Neutral watermelon is number. You want to go from 5?
Yeah, go to 5.
Okay, let me go from 5. Ooh, I say neutral raspberry is probably 5. High noon pineapple is probably 2. Passion fruit high noon is 3. 2 would be high noon watermelon, and 1 would be neutral watermelon. It is the nectar of the gods.
You think neutral is better than high noon?
I mean,
we're splitting hairs here. I understand.
I would just drink either one into oblivion. But if I had to pick, I think neutral has like a little less carbonation. I don't get that heavy sinking feeling from neutral that I get from high noon. Okay. I can tell you right now, I could drink 45 neutral watermelons if they weren't $10,000.
Yeah.
I could literally wake up and just start drinking them. They taste like Powerade.
These things are so good.
They're so good.
Like, it has completely changed my life.
Yeah, they're unbelievable.
I don't drink beer anymore.
The only complaint I have is how expensive they are.
Yeah. Like the last time you had a Coors?
You could go to your local bar and get a neutral or a high noon watermelon for like $2.
Yeah.
I drink 100 of them.
When's the last time you had a Coors?
Oh God, I haven't had beer the entire year.
Yeah, it's been forever.
Yeah, I don't drink beer anymore.
No need to.
No, I don't need to. If I'm not drinking vodka and Powerade, I'm on the seltzer train.
So now
we have
my 5.
Go ahead.
White Claw Lime. It's my 5. Oh, it's a staple. It's everywhere. It's everywhere you go. You can get it anywhere. Okay. My 4 is the passion fruit high noon.
Oh yeah.
Just a banger. It's so good.
Yeah, it's good.
My 3 is the White Claw watermelon.
Get these White Claws out of here,
buddy. They are cheaper and have more alcohol than these.
White Claw's like the natty light of seltzers.
What's wrong with that?
3-4 people on earth that like natural light, and 2 of them are rich beyond 3. All the other 3 are rich beyond belief. These Barrett and Joe.
How that works, isn't it?
You're the only poor one I know. Me and you,
buddy. If they can send me a loan, if they want to sponsor this podcast, please.
Shout out, be Amhrein on Venmo of Josh.
Yeah. At Evans Eric 10. Holler. All right. Number 2 is the watermelon high noon. Obviously, the GOAT.
I can't wait for number 1 then. Let me guess.
Go.
White Claw Black Cherry.
No.
Oh, okay. What is that?
Tangerine, baby.
Oh God.
It is the best.
No.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
watermelon. Give me a
the
break.
tangerine White Claw is the best thing I've ever tasted in my life. If you said you could have this filet from Ruth's Chris or this tangerine White Claw, I'm taking the White Claw. I don't want.
What if they said you're going to be stuck on a deserted island for 1 year and you can either bring water or
I just drink it out of the ocean if I need water.
Is that a no-brainer? You're just going to bring the White Claws.
1,000.
Have enough water in them for you to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be okay.
I'm good.
Good heavens.
These are the best.
Did we get any more live questions? I wanted Stephen Rowland to ask me another question.
Well, honestly, Stephen Rowland asked that question like 4 hours ago.
I wanted him to ask me about the LSU Florida State game, but
we're going, dude.
Yeah.
And also, LSU Bama is at Tiger Stadium this year.
Yeah, it is.
I know. I had that planned a couple years ago, but things changed.
Yeah, that'll be a good one to come to.
Oh.
By the way, and now I've told y'all this is be my last topic of the day because we're up against the hour here.
We are.
I never bet LSU anything ever because I don't like to be financially invested with my emotions.
Makes sense.
Every year I bet them to win the national championship, and by the off chance that they do, okay, good, I double dip. Like 2019 was great, but it was also terrible because I wanted to take Joe Burrow to win the Heisman at like 150-1.
Boy, we were screaming
in
that bar at Austin, Texas.
Yeah, well,
screaming.
I actually wanted to bet him in August before that because they had a little inside information. The book, he was such long odds, the book I bet with at the time, this is before legal gambling, they didn't even have a number on him. Like you couldn't even get the field. So I always do that. LSU over 6.5 wins, lock it in. Brian Kelly is not going to win less than 7 games. Not happening. So you can lock that in, take that to the bank. LSU's winning more than 7.
Yeah, I agree with that.
100%. 100%. And I never bet LSU. So that'll be my parting gift. Vikings, Eagles, LSU over wins.
Oh, happy day.
Yep. Can't wait for football.
Amen. Well,
I'm sick of baseball.
I was supposed to see you this weekend. I'm sorry I'm not going.
That's okay. It'd be best if you don't.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
All right. I will end this broadcast. Don't forget, subscribe, rate, review, like the YouTube channel, share the post, do this, that, the other, whatever you got to do.
I mean, it's got to be in the conversation for best sports podcast on earth. I mean, it's, ranked 357,000, but it's in the conversation for sure.
Well, let's be honest. How many international podcasts have you been on before?
Not many people. Not many people in Poland that I know of listening to a sports podcast July 14th during fucking baseball.
I mean, you get the notification on your phone. Oh, a new episode of Pump the Brakes. Let's fucking go.
What we ought to do is we ought to just put a phone on a random plane, like hide it, and somehow I don't know if we could figure out how to make it never go dead.
So I can see what states people are listening to.
Okay.
I got people in Tennessee. I don't know who the fuck in Tennessee is listening to this. I don't have a clue. If it's not Palm Harbor, Florida, and Zachary Louis, I don't know who is listening to this.
Look, going worldwide.
Oh, buddy, I'm. You think Pitbull's Mr. Worldwide?
Well, hey,
you haven't met Eric Evans yet.
Once the Vikings and the Eagles are playing each other in the NFC Championship, you'll be able to clip this clip everywhere.
Oh, buddy.
Wouldn't that be so? I may bet that matchup. You can bet that.
I'm sure you can. Until next time, we'll do this again soon.
Yeah, let's do it before a golf tournament. How about that?
Well, it has to be Tuesday. Or Wednesday mornings.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
I'm trying to get my schedule switched so I can be off on Wednesdays and we can do it Wednesday nights.
Shit tournaments the rest of the year, unless you like the FedEx playoffs, which I don't, but.
Okay, then. It's not like you gamble anymore anyway, so.
I'm retired.
Until next time.
Goodbye.